Blackpool have played more games than anyone else in the second division. Number 35 at Wrexham today, of course, got the country's leading scorer in Gary Bennett. He didn't score, Andy Watson did. Rob McCaffrey.
A smashing game at the racecourse, so many chances. Kieran Durkin, the man kicking us off, just shaving the post after just 3 minutes. Gary Bennett was looking for his 40th goal of the season. He thought he'd got it too when the ball rebounded to him. When it did, he was offside, and the shirt stayed firmly on for the moment. Blackpool, meanwhile, were weathering the early storm and began to find their feet. Gary Rowett with a snapshot that Andy Marriott did well to hold. It's our old friend Mickey Mellon here from the free kick. Beat Marriott, but also beat the post just wide. How it remained scoreless, I couldn't tell you. This is Carl Connolly who first flashed the ball across the goal. From the rebound, he flashed the ball against the outside of the post. But Blackpool arguably had the best two chances of the first half. Mark Bonner's shot, brilliantly saved by Marriott, tipped over. And from the resulting corner, Jason Lydiot's header rattled the bar, and somehow it was cleared. And we went into half-time, scoreless. Into the second half, and Blackpool turned to dominate the play. Tony Ellis to Andy Watson. Little deflection here, and that was another good save from Andy Marriott. But Wrexham really struggling in the air from corners. Lydiot denied in the first half, denied in the second half in similar fashion. Marriott again with a tip over. Yet another corner for Blackpool, this time from on the left-hand side. Rowett at the far post, couldn't direct the header, remaining 0-0. Finally, the break came for Blackpool, who are really the better of the two sides in the second half. Ellis's touch, Andy Watson running on strongly, rattling in the only goal. A vital 3 points for them. It might have been a wider margin if Tony Ellis had had a little bit more luck. So many chances, but just one goal. The goal went to Blackpool. Wrexham earned a point against Brentford, who now go top of Division 2. It could have been 3 points instead of 1 for Wrexham if Carl Connolly had just set his sights a couple of inches to the right. Tremendous run and shot, but certainly deserved a goal, if not more. 0-0, it finished.
Brighton, though, are improving. The return of John Byrne for his third spell at the club was the inspiration behind their biggest win of the season. And he got the first goal as well. All four came in a 17-minute second-half spree, though some sympathy for Wrexham keeper Andy Marriott. A wonderful reaction save, but the ball only broke invitingly for Paul McCarthy. West Ham fans will remember George Paris's surging runs from midfield. He beat the offside and then beat Marriott. No doubt Brighton will want to make his loan signing from Birmingham a permanent move. Striker Junior McDougall wanted to get his name on the score sheet and eventually did. A perfect near-post header and only Albion's 6th home win in 17 games.
Now it's off to North Wales and Division 2, where Wrexham were at home to Rotherham. Alistair Mann.
After their weekend drubbing at Brighton, Wrexham needed a pick-me-up victory, and that they got against Rotherham United. Brian Hughes got them underway, his cross hitting the far post and finding its own way into the goal. Just on half-time, though, and the visitors pulled level. Darren Brace's attempted back pass falling comfortably for Sean Gota. But in the second half, with Rotherham reduced to 10 men, Kieran Durkin's finish regained the initiative in favour of the home side. There was just time for the customary Gary Bennett goal right at the end. The only problem is these days, the removal of the shirt is not a feature that the FA will allow.
Excellent win for Wrexham. One of them. Well, Wrexham usually impressive at home, Cardiff usually unimpressive away. Roles reversed this afternoon. The first two goals, commentator Hugh Johns.
Colin Griffith against Jones. Miller. High up and under. Whoa, Pearson! Yes! No, it isn't Pearson, sorry. It's Nickel. Wig, no, he didn't get there. Griffiths after this. And he's still there. A chance. A goal. Colin Griffith. 2-0, Cardiff. Owen, missed kick. Bad one. Searle, high up and under. Pearson goes for it. And it's an own goal. It's 3-0. From Tony Humes. Would you believe it?
With Pat, always unfortunate to see one of your fellow professionals make a bit of a cock-up of it, but Tony Hume's own goal for Wrexham, Pat, your verdict on this one?
I would suggest it's probably the goalkeeper's fault, because the goalkeeper's coming out, he's facing everything. We should probably have given a call and told the centre-half to get out of the way. But the big number 9 should have went and wellied it in the goals and got a goal for himself.
In fairness to Humes, he never takes his eye off the ball, does he?
No, he doesn't. To be honest, I wouldn't go in the centre-half there. I think the keeper should maybe give him a shout.
Right. Andy Marriott then, the goalkeeper, you've been framed. Well, it's that time of year when Crewe appear to lose touch and a certain amount of self-belief, and it was apparent again at home to Wrexham last night. Here's Rob McCaffrey.
Just half an hour before a crucial match, and the Crewe boss Dario Gradi's monitoring the progress of the youngsters at the club's centre of excellence. Talk about planning for the future. The fortunes of his club and those of Brian Flynn's club Wrexham have somehow been inextricably linked during the past few seasons. Promotions, more kids here than at a Take That concert, but for the time being, it's Crewe playoff placed and looking for better things.
We've got ourselves into a position we didn't think we'd be in, to be quite honest. We were in with a chance of the playoffs, and having got that close, we're obviously going to pull out all the stops to try and get there.
Meanwhile, Gary Bennett was in the news again. Wrexham had just turned down £200,000 from Tranmere for the country's top scorer. He was to play a major part again last night. Wrexham started convincingly following their 3-0 defeat at home to Cardiff at the weekend, and Carl Connolly is a star waiting to be picked up. He couldn't have developed a better advert for himself than his performance last night. Crewe, though, have just got 1 point from their last 4 league games. They struggled up front. Darren Rowbottom with their best chance of the first half. But here's the man of the moment, Gary Bennett, who showed just why he's so valuable to Wrexham. One of those type of players who knows where the goal is. No wonder Tranmere are so keen. Second half now, and it was Bennett snapping at the Crewe defence that let in Steve Morris for the clearest opportunity so far. Did everything right, apart from put the ball in the net. And it's a good job that it's a late-night show. But then Bennett's persistence set up the opening goal for Morris. He really deserved it. He was excellent up front for Wrexham. And after that, you couldn't really see how Crewe were going to get back into it. Or could you? Suddenly, Wally played a neat through ball to Steve Garvey, who twisted and turned, and the fullback, Darren Brace, took the ball, maybe took his legs. The referee thought so. Wrexham unhappy with the award. Sean Smith missed one against Stockport at the weekend, but just did enough to beat Andy Marriott there. Wrexham still a little unhappy. It was largely academic because soon they were back in front. Carl Connolly finding an opening, and then the top corner with a smart shot, 2-1. Connolly absolutely delighted. Then Crewe got themselves in an awful muddle for the third goal. A rebound off you-know-who did you-know-what with it in his own inimitable style. Wrexham well worth the win, and at this rate you wouldn't put your shirt on Crewe making the playoffs. Wrexham themselves have still got plenty to do.
It's a confidence thing, and you get the ups and downs with young lads, and tonight was an up.
Can you make the playoffs, you feel?
No.
Seriously?
Seriously, no. I think we've threw that away with our results of late, but you just keep plugging on.